Hey, what's up guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 9. I'm up in Elite Gaming for the final hours of Elite Gaming versus Buy Forever. We're going to be talking about the Witch Slap. I actually want to call it something else, but I certainly better not. It actually reminds me of a video that I did a couple of months ago. So let's go ahead and get over here in this screen here, and we're going to take a look at about December 20th, I think it was. So December 20th, I posted Santa Joe, Witches plus Bowler, Town Hall 9, new war strategy. Yeah, 13,000 views. Wasn't exactly as popular at the time because Witches, I guess nobody really cared for them. However, you add 0.6 seconds to the Witch after the balancing update changes recently, and now all of a sudden it's taken over. So what do I mean by taken over? This Witch Slap literally took over a majority of the attacks at Town Hall 9, starting with Lisa down at the bottom. She comes in, Miss Lisa comes in with an awesome attack, but really it's just the same thing. You got 6 and 6 of witches on each side, 2 healers on both sets of witches, and then you're going to let them funnel. Now the best part about this is the guys and gals over in Elite Gaming changed up the composition. So there's a golem in a flex spot, there's a P.E.K.K.A being used. And really the thing about this attack strategy is the same ground rules apply. Take care of the Archer Queen, take care of the enemy clan castle, and then you got a triple at Town Hall 9. So anyways, starting on both sides with the witches, they'll set the funnel, and then you're just sending in the troops into the core of the base. Mainly your bowlers and mainly your heroes, as well as a golem if you want to flex one in, or a P.E.K.K.A. There's also other troops that are being used to assist within these attacks. So we got the bowlers in the core, we got the Archer Queen in the core, Barbarian King has already gone down, and the bowlers are continuing to take structures out down this central compartment. It basically sets up the perfect funnel for the bowlers to move down through, the one that houses the clan castle. At the same time, you have the witches that are on the outsides of the base just picking off structures along the way as the healers continue to heal the witches. So Lisa comes in with a balloon down in the south to take care of, or assist with taking care of, that air defense so the healers aren't taken out. She pops her Archer Queen's ability, and then she has witches up in the north, or the western side of the base now at this point, as well as behind my head here, taking out structures, taking care of the cannon, and then they'll go into the mortar. Obviously, mortar splash damage on witches isn't necessarily a good thing, but you got the healers that are kicked back, healing them up as they go along the way. This thing is incredibly powerful. I mean, absolutely overpowered at this time for Town Hall 9. Last builder's help will fall, and this will be Lisa's composition right here on what exactly she used. Ooh, that was a nice swipe, wasn't it? And we're going to go ahead and go back out, and we have multiple replays of this thing being used over and over and over again. So we got Genevieve. Genevieve using the Witch Slap now. Her composition houses 10 witches, a couple of hog riders, 5 healers, and then 2 balloons, and the balloons will be for specific items, picking off items on the base. So same as before, the same rules apply. Queen, clan castle, starting out with her witches on 2 flanks with the healers, and they're going to continue to she's going to let them clean. She's going to let them clean trash ring structures on the outsides of the base as it goes up around my head. So anyways, so the witches will work, and she's going to let them clean, and the healers are going to continue to heal, and then she'll drop 2 more witches as well as her heroes and her bowlers to go directly towards the center of the base. So she'll drop her jump spell in on that location where you have an archer tower as well as the expo. Getting rid of the expo here would be ideal. And then there's also a lava hound in the clan castle itself. So everything kind of avoids the jump spell at this point. Actually, I believe she was off by a little bit. If not, the troops cleared out all the targets in range, so everything kind of splits. But here's where a plan kind of goes wrong a little bit, and it's able to continue to rebound and continue to work. So you have the queen down in the south hammering down on that lava hound. You got witches up here in the north with a group of bowlers that have continued to walk around the outside of the base, and the healers continue to heal that group up north. Down in the south, we got the Archer Queen that has stolen the healers for the most part, and you have the Barbarian King continuing to work. His Iron Fist ability has been popped to take out structures. He's going to take out this cannon, and then the Archer Queen is going to continue to follow down the line. She rebounds by using another jump spell to get her queen to continue through the base, even though all the expo attention has been shifted onto the skeletons. So this kind of looks like an attack that really just went wrong, and that's absolutely correct. The attack did go wrong. She wanted everything to go into the core of the base. However, everything kicked outside, kind of like old school go wipe. But it continues. Now her heroes are obviously going to carry her through the attack. All the witches are down. The archer queen's what ultimately saves this attack by the queen's level. So realistically, some are saying it's not a risky attack at all. Some are saying it is a risky attack. It doesn't really matter. She has back end balloons. She has a couple of hogs to come in for cleanup. So she wasn't solely focused on the witches and bowlers portion of the attack. She also has other troops to come in here and assist with getting rid of the remaining defenses here. So you got a couple hog riders, you got a couple balloons from the air, you got the archer queen's royal cloak ability being popped here. Barbarian King has managed to survive the entire attack, and now is basically dependent on a minion, the archer queen, and the Barbarian King. So that Barbarian King being healed is going to hold on to the expo while the expo gets picked off by the archer queen. So what looked like a failed attack ends up being a triple based off of seeing the attack play out and being able to rebound. A great attack by Genevieve. But again, witch slap. So, I mean, we have multiple attacks up the board of this attack strategy being used. We got John using it. These people were using air attacks religiously literally a couple of months ago. So you got John coming in. He's got witches being dropped, his two healers over there, and then again he's going to come in from the south. No, actually, correction, he comes in from the north on this one. I just remembered that. So he comes in from the north and he's going to let the witches work. So you got the witches behind my head right here, and you got them up top on the top of the screen, and then he uses a golem. So some are using giants, some are using golems. The thing about a golem is that once the healers get close to a golem, they're all going to focus in on that golem because he weighs so much and he takes all of the damage. So I don't know if taking a golem is exactly a good thing, but John and people in Elite Gaming that are using it are doing a fairly good job doing that. So just be cognizant of the golem being used in your composition, because if the healers get close to the golem or the golem gets close to the healers are going to come off your witches and they're going to go directly onto that golem and stay on him. So you got witches that are continuing to work up in the north. A lot of defensive heat up there. You got the witches down in the south continuing to work. Obviously, the bowlers are putting in a lot of work. You got a level 30 queen in the center compartment there working on the expo. She's going to take care of that Tesla or assist the witches. And then she's going to jump down into the next central compartment on this crazy wild base built by Michael over in Buy Forever. And her ability is going to be popped. She's going to assist with taking out the expo, the wizard tower, and the witches over in that far western corner are going to continue to take out structures along that wall. You got witches down here in the south continuing to assist the bowlers with taking out structures down here, and they're all going to basically tie in together and finish off the base. So we're going to speed this attack up a little bit because it's pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. Witches, skeletons, bowlers, and some type of flex troop, whether it's a golem, a P.E.K.K.A., balloons or hog riders. It all depends. So we got so many attacks, and hopefully you guys are taking something away from this stuff because it's just continuing to go on and on and on and on and on. So this time around we have 8 witches, we have 1 P.E.K.K.A., 6 healers, 2 balloons, and we're going to go ahead and zoom all the way out. We got a couple of Teslas on the outer flanks of the base. Jacob will use the balloon to take care of the Teslas that are on the outsides of the base. And then he'll drop a couple of his witches, a couple of healers, and then again down in the south with a couple of witches and healers. So he's going to let them work, setting the funnel. Don't forget to set the funnel. Let the healers or the witches work, taking care of these junk structures on the outsides of the base. So instead of a golem here, we have a P.E.K.K.A., we have some more witches, we have bowlers, and we have both of those heroes, as well as a couple more healers. So really, this thing is just continuing to take over these bases like it's nobody's business. We got the Barbarian King jumping into the base. The bowlers are following up. Rage spell down. Poison spell for the clan castle. Very suitable, different clan castles here. We have a baby dragon composition in the clan castle on this one. And then on the previous raid we had, or a couple of raids back, we had a lava hound. So jump spell, continuing to move those bowlers through the gut of the base. Barbarian King's following. He still has his ability. The P.E.K.K.A is assisting, getting a lot of value out of these troops. The Archer Queen's kind of ventured her way over into this compartment by herself, striking the wall. Good job. Anyways, and so we still have witches continuing. So we got a random balloon that just came in from the back end going in on this bomb tower. We'll take the bomb tower out, and then the air set skeleton trap will take that balloon down. And it doesn't really matter because we have 3 defenses and only 2 of those, well now 1 defense, being an air defense. So this base crumbles due to this attack strategy. This thing is powerful, just ridiculously strong at Town Hall 9, and it's really kind of belittling Town Hall 9 in the sense that I was doing it last night, and it doesn't seem like you have to do a whole lot of planning for this thing other than if you go in for the, you know, the common rules. Archer Queen, Clan Castle. I cannot emphasize that enough. So we got number 28 was also crushed. We had Lisa again coming in with the witch slap. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, she starts over here in the far west with a group of witches. Down in the south, she has a Tesla down in the corner, and she backfills it with a balloon to take care of the Tesla. Tesla is striking the healers, but it doesn't matter. It does go down, and the healers do survive to continue to fight. So Lisa lets the witches work, setting the funnel, taking care of structures, puts a jump spell directly where the Archer Queen is, and the Archer Queen ends up going down due to the skeletons. So the skeletons from the witch take down the queen. So it doesn't really matter. It didn't really need the rest of that stuff. Poison spell will take care of the clan castle as well as her Archer Queen. And then everything will continue on the outsides of the base. So, I mean, this thing is ridiculous. And then this base right here provides the perfect funneling path through the core of the base. This one long compartment here basically sets up for the perfect funnel down the core of the base for the bowlers and the heroes to continue to walk their way down, while the witches continue to take out structures along the way. So, I mean, oh my goodness, bowlers and witches now. It's just insane. So, I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous to watch, but Lisa gets it done. Again, she has a couple of minions for back end. The Archer Queen's ability is still intact. She still has the ability. Couple of Hog Riders to come in and assist with taking out the remaining defenses. You have the Tesla right above my head here, and the Hog Riders will go in and work on that, but they will go down before taking it out, if I'm not mistaken. No, he actually does survive. Impressive. MVP Hog. So anyways, yeah, we got that version of the Witch Slap. So if you haven't paid attention, there's multiple different versions, a couple of different troops being exchanged out for different compositions or different types of bases. So we're going to continue on up the map because this thing does continue on. David and Goliath, another heavy hitter over in Elite Gaming, comes in with the Witch Slap as well. So this composition also has a golem, but he starts out with a single balloon on each side to take care of the splash damage immediately so that the mortars aren't dealing with or putting hurting on the witches. So comes in from the northern corner with witches, and then in the southern corner or the western corner with witches, and then he holds on to one single witch, golem, 2 minions, and bowlers in his clan castle. So he just lets the witches work, drops his jump spell, sends the golem in. The golem's going to go in here and target these defenses right here. Heroes are down, couple more witches fall, and then the bowlers out of the clan castle. So poison spells will go down here momentarily for the clan castle, as well as a rage spell for the bowlers to just power through and take care of structures along the way. The witches are continuing to work on the splash damage in the wizard, the archer tower, and then the barbarian king will continue another jump spell, and this time he has a heal spell to assist the bowlers to survive the core of the base through these 2 expos, splitting everything. So the archer queen is going to follow it up. The barbarian king is down, and the bowlers are continuing to work into the next compartment. Jump spell has gotten them there, but it doesn't look like they're going to survive due to the point defenses on the opposite side of the base. So this expo over here is continuing to work on the healers, if I'm not mistaken. The healers are being targeted at this point. The Archer Queen still has her ability, but he'll end up having to pop it momentarily due to the point defenses putting a hurting on her. Witches are reaching over the wall at this point, taking care of this Tesla up here in the north, and they'll continue to walk their way down south. So the witches on the southern side of the base have actually gone down for the most part. The expo has actually put in a lot of work. So again, it looks like another attack that has kind of gone wrong. So you would think at this point the raid is actually going to fizzle out and go down. But the witches up in the north are continuing to heal these, or the healers in the north are continuing to heal the witches, and the witches are going to continue to take out structures along the way. Skeletons taking out junk structures on the trash ring, and at this point that air defense will go down momentarily. Archer Queen now is still hanging on by a thread of health, and she takes care of that elixir storage. But at this point now you have an expo and 14 seconds left on this clock, and it's going to basically end up being the battle versus the skeletons, traps, spells, or the ones from the witches. Which one do we have here? Anyways, the Archer Queen does assist, and the skeletons will prevail and take care of that expo. This is the composition that is used by David here for situations where you have those cannon or mortars set outside like they were. Alright, so we are exactly about 5 attacks in at this point, 6 attacks at this point, and we're going to show one more and then wrap this video up for you guys, because I guarantee half the people didn't watch the rest of this video anyways. So we got Big Lou over on, EFX on Big Lou, and EFX comes in with the P.E.K.K.A. again in the clan castle. So we have different variants of the attack strategy. We have the witches on the 2 opposite flanks, north and the far east over here. And then EFX will continue to drop witches, to sprinkle them out, and assist with taking out structures, setting the funnel first. And then the Archer Queen will go down with the P.E.K.K.A. So the P.E.K.K.A. will work on this Barbarian King, and the friendly Barbarian King will go down. See how he's not rushing his bowlers in. He's just letting the witches work and take care of these structures on the trash ring on the outside of the base. Jump spell is down for the P.E.K.K.A. heroes and bowlers. And then everything's going to go in and take on the clan castle, as well as the double set expos. So I'm watching how this thing develops. You got the Barbarian King that rushes in. His ability is going to be popped here momentarily. Bowlers are in. Archer Queen is assisting with taking care of this clan castle, as well as the poison spells. Barbarian King rushes directly in and gets in on that Archer Queen, and the Archer Queen does in fact go down. Barbarian King does prevail. His ability was popped, and the Queen is now down. The Archer Queen, his friendly Archer Queen, is over here, and she's actually taken over the healers. So the Archer Queen appears actually sitting on the wall, and the witches over in the far west are continuing to work, losing healers at this point. I believe that the bowlers were supposed to make it to that other air defense here, but the air defense actually did hang on. So he'll come in with the balloon on the top, on the back end, assisting the witches and assisting the bowlers with taking out structures, but it actually doesn't only gets one of those point defenses. Archer Queen has now survived, and it's kind of turned into a queen walk over here in the far south, but you just have a bunch of witches and the skeletons to actually go in, take care of this altar and this air defense. So if you're not paying attention to these compositions, there's no wall breakers involved. So if you guys don't like using wall breakers, that's actually good for you. As this attack wraps up, this thing's just taken over. It's completely overpowered at this point. And hopefully you get something out of this video. Drop some comments below and let me know what kind of compositions you're using with the Witch Slap. And thanks for watching, guys.